Hello everyone, this is the Horror Man, and I want to do a video right now on the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, remake, whatever you want to call it. They're making another Nightmare on Elm Street. Why are they doing this? Who's gonna play Freddy? Is it gonna be evil? Is it gonna be funny? Is it gonna be evil and funny? Does it have the same characters as the original? Who the hell knows? We're gonna dive deep into this mess that is the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot. So yesterday I was scrolling through IMDb and it said upcoming horror movies was A Nightmare on Elm Street. I thought to myself, why? Why is this happening? Why is there another remake of A Nightmare on Elm Street when they just did a remake in 2010 and it didn't blow over so well with the fans? But for me, I thought the movie was entertaining enough to watch it, but I can see where these people are coming from. It was more of a dark side of Freddy, unlike the original. The original was still dark, but it was funny in the same way. But it was just like the Friday the 13th reboot where Jason was just evil and he was killing. He had good ways of killing people. I thought that was great. But in the remake in 2010, kind of like Friday the 13th remake, it was alright in my opinion. I know a lot of people hated it, but I thought it was okay. Is it seriously okay enough to make another one 9 years later? This is what I'm assuming. It's going to come out in 2019 or 2020. It is in pre-production right now, so I don't really know if this movie's actually going to happen. It's definitely an idea, and it's definitely been talked about for a long time now. They don't have anybody in it yet. They don't know. There's a writer, I forgot the guy's name, but he wrote for The Orphan and another movie I forgot, but it was they're both very good movies, I remember that. So that's probably the only good part to this right now. And I don't know why this is happening, because the remake wasn't that good. It was just alright, and they want to make another one. Like, what if it's bad again? They want to try to remake it later. No one's going to want to see it. I doubt a lot of people are going to want to see this, although I definitely would, because I love Freddy Krueger and I love all the movies. But come on, give it a long time before you remake it again, because you just remade it 9 years ago. You can't just remake it again. You just can't do that. It's fucked up, okay? Not fucked up, but you get me. It's stupid, okay? Why? Okay, I have no words for it. Why would you do this? It's too early. Come on, don't do it. I would just wait probably another 10 to 15 years to do it, okay? I know that's a long time, but hey, you gotta give the remake to pass over before you can make this one. Unless, hey, it's a good fucking movie, then I can just, pass over all these statements that I just been saying about this. But I'm definitely gonna go see it if it comes out, because I love Freddy, like I said. But other than that, you shouldn't be making this remake. My next question for this movie is, who's gonna play Freddy? Maybe a year ago, there's an article that came out that Robert Englund wanted Kevin Bacon to play Freddy. Is it only me, or is it everybody, that you can't see Kevin Bacon playing Freddy? It would just be really weird to see him in a burnt up makeup and killing people with claws. Or I was about to say butter knives like Kia did in Freddy vs. Jason, but they're clearly not butter knives. They're just a hand with claws. I'm just going to put a claw hand, basically. I just can't see Kevin Bacon playing him. I don't think that would be their plan. Who I would like to see play Freddy would be Robert Englund himself, because he's the best guy at playing Freddy. Jackie Earle Haley did a good job at playing Freddy, but it looked nothing like Freddy. It pissed me off the whole time. That's probably one of the reasons why people didn't like it, because he looked fucking weird. Although the burn marks did look more real, but the iconic Freddy look is just so much better. You want it more realistic, or do you want it to look more like Freddy? That's the question here. Robert Englund look like Freddy because he's the original Freddy, and he played up until Freddy vs. Jason, and he did a good fucking job. So that's a 19-year career of playing Freddy Krueger, and that's not counting other things. But I don't know, Jackie Earle Haley wasn't good for the spot. It was okay, but Robert Englund is the OG classic Freddy Krueger. And if anybody's gonna play Freddy in this reboot / remake, it should be Robert Englund, not Kevin Bacon, and definitely not Jackie Earle Haley. I'm sorry to both of you guys. Now, if Kevin Bacon ends up getting cast as Freddy Krueger, I'm still gonna go see it, because I would love to see what Kevin Bacon looks like as Freddy Krueger, but I just don't think it would work out. My next question here is, will it be evil or will it be funny? Because the original, it's kind of both, but when you watch it, you're not really scared of A Nightmare on Elm Street. You're scared of the thought that this guy can come out and kill you in your dreams just out of the blue. Everything Freddy was saying in this movie wasn't scary at all. I thought it was hilarious, and that's why it's not really a horror movie in my opinion. Well, it is, but it just wasn't scary. It was more funny than scary in my opinion. It's kind of like the Scream movie. It wasn't so much of a horror, it was more of a comedy. And that's how the other sequels got to be. They got so insane, but they were still good because I love Freddy Krueger. So if they make this one evil, which the Reboot did in 2010, that was okay, but like I said, it's just okay. It's just alright. He was barely funny in that one, and it kind of made it stupid, you know? You gotta, if you're playing Freddy Krueger, you gotta be kind of funny at the same time of being evil, because that's what Freddy Krueger is. You know, you see a bunch of people reenacting Freddy Krueger in videos on YouTube. They're making him a funny guy. I remember when I was little, I used to watch Horror Jackass when that was popular on YouTube. I don't know if you guys ever watched it. It's very good. It's very funny. I love it. But yeah, the Freddy was the main guy, and he was just a funny guy. And everybody loves Freddy. He's like probably one of the most, he probably is the most popular horror movie slasher of all time, next to Michael and Jason, in my opinion. But yeah, so if this is going to be evil or funny, either way, I'm going to go see it. I'd rather it be, the word funny is not the right word to put here. More so entertaining or evil. So if Freddy Krueger, if whoever plays Freddy Krueger in this, leave in the comments, would you rather have him be evil or funny, or would you rather have him be both? And I know you guys will probably put both, but would you like to see a Freddy Krueger that is just all evil and has no mercy whatsoever? Because that would definitely be interesting. Or would you rather see him crack a lot of jokes like he did in all the sequels? I don't know. It's a tough choice there, but just leave in the comments what you'd like to see. I know no one will probably comment because I only have like 3 subscribers right now, but hey, I'm getting up there. I had 0 when I started. Now my last question here for the remake is it going to have the same characters like Nancy? Do you think they can just keep the same characters going and going? For a remake, you know, why don't you want to change things up? You know, you can have a different star girl, you know? It doesn't have to be Nancy all the time. If you're remaking Halloween, it doesn't have to be Laurie. Okay? You can start off a new story. Why not? Rob Zombie did it. And it was not that bad, even though, you know, he still used Laurie, but the story was different. Wasn't that bad. But if you change the characters somewhat, you know, it doesn't have to be, like, based off of the original Nightmare on Elm Street. It could be loosely based off it and start your own story. Like, maybe, I don't know, name her Karen, or, you know, I don't know, what are old names from the fucking 80s? I don't know. Karen's pretty popular. So if you have a final girl named Karen and she's facing off a guy named Freddy Krueger, it's like, hey, it's like Nancy is Karen and Karen is Nancy. You get me? It doesn't have to be Nancy. I know everyone loves Nancy, but it doesn't have to be the same character all the time. That's why reboots, it could be the reason why reboots aren't as good, because they're just using the same old shit, and copying is not a good way of making a reboot. You gotta do your own shit. Some people are good at doing it, like the Evil Dead remake. In my opinion, that is one of the best remakes ever in horror cinema. Go watch it. It's one of the most bloodiest movies I've ever seen. I love blood though. I don't know about you guys, but gore is just something else for me. I love it. But yeah, so will they have the same characters? I don't know. I won't be mad if they have Nancy again. Time to make a Karen in this. You want to put a Karen in the reboot? Go right ahead. Put Karen in the reboot. Anyways, this has been my take on the horror remake of Friday the 13th. Just kidding, A Nightmare on Elm Street. And I'll update this later. If I get any more news, I'll tell you guys, because this has been released. I don't know how long ago this has been released, but I know it's been in the talks for a long time, but it is currently in pre-production on IMDb, so you guys can go check that out. So this has been the Horror Man, and this has been my take on the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot in 2019, or a year after that, or whenever it's going to come out. I don't know. Probably 2019. Thank you for listening, and have a good fucking day.